Some people don't just drift into darkness. They walk toward it, absolutely convinced they're on the right path. That was Saul. He wasn't lost or confused. He was certain. He was passionate, driven, and he believed with all his heart that he was defending the truth. But his actions, the ones he thought were so righteous, were causing immense fear, division, and suffering. He had the authority, the confidence, and a singular mission: to stop the followers of Jesus. He was determined to silence what he saw as a dangerous, blasphemous movement. He was on top of his game, a man on a mission, completely sure of his purpose. And then, on a dusty road to Damascus, everything changed in an instant. There was no warning, no gradual shift in his thinking. Suddenly, a light from heaven, brighter than the midday sun, flashed all around him. It was so intense, so powerful, that it stopped him and his entire entourage dead in their tracks. Saul was thrown to the ground, disoriented and overwhelmed. And then he heard a voice that would echo through the rest of his life. It said, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Think about that for a second. The voice didn't say, "Why are you hurting my followers?" or "Why are you causing so much trouble?" It asked, "Why are you persecuting me?" In that single, terrifying moment, the foundation of Saul's world crumbled. He realized he wasn't just fighting against a group of people. He was fighting against God himself. All his confidence, all his certainty, just evaporated. The man who prided himself on seeing things with perfect clarity was suddenly struck blind. And isn't that how true transformation often begins? Not with a gentle nudge or a new insight, but with a radical, disorienting interruption. Something that completely shatters our reality so we can be rebuilt. Saul, now powerless and blind, had to be led by the hand into the city of Damascus. The man who once commanded others was now completely dependent. He spent the next 3 days in total darkness. He didn't eat or drink anything. It was a time of pure silence and reckoning, a forced pause to confront the man he had become. While Saul sat in darkness, God was working behind the scenes. He spoke to a man named Ananias, a disciple in Damascus. Now, Ananias knew exactly who Saul was. He was terrified, and for good reason. This was the man who had come to arrest people just like him. But God told Ananias not to be afraid, that Saul was a chosen instrument to carry his name to the world. So Ananias, in an incredible act of faith and obedience, went to find Saul. He walked into the house, laid his hands on the man who was his enemy, and prayed for him. And at that moment, something like scales fell from Saul's eyes. He could see again, but this wasn't just a physical healing, it was a spiritual awakening. The man who had been blind to the truth could now see it with breathtaking clarity. The very person who once hunted down believers became one of them. The man known for tearing down the church became its greatest builder. His entire identity was so radically changed that even his name was transformed. Saul, the persecutor, became Paul, the apostle. The story of the road to Damascus is such a powerful reminder for all of us. It tells us that no one is beyond the reach of transformation. No past is too dark, no heart is too hard, and no path is too far gone for a new beginning. Sometimes, God doesn't just gently redirect us. Sometimes He stops us in our tracks, turns our world upside down, and plunges us into darkness so that, for the first time, we can truly begin to see. A life that seems completely flipped on its head can become a life that's finally set right. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores these life-changing moments. We'll see you in the next one.